Welcome to our YouTube channel, Paradise Explorer, the ultimate destination for travelers all around the world. In this video, we know all about the top, most, best, beautiful places to visit in Indonesia in 2025 in New Year. So be in the end of video because in ending, you will see the best part of Indonesia. So let's start the video from the introduction about Indonesia. The Indonesia, country located off the coast of mainland Southeast Asia in the Indian and Southeast Asia, in the fourth most populous country in Southeast Asia and the fourth most populous in the world. Indonesia was formerly known as the Dutch East Indies, or Netherlands East Indies. Although Indonesia did not become the country's official name until the time of independence. The major Indonesian islands are characterized by densely forested volcanic mountains in the interior that slope downward to coastal plains covered by thick alluvial swamps that, in turn, dissolve into shallow seas and coral reefs. Indonesia is situated at the meeting point of two of the world's population groups, Asians in the west and Melanesians in the east. The great majority of Indonesians are related to the peoples of Eastern Asia, although over the centuries there also has been considerable mixing with Arabs, Indians, and Europeans. In the Eastern Islands, however, most of the people are of Melanesian origin, with 1,8,3,3,0 islands, 6,000 of them inhabited. Indonesia is the largest archipelago in the world. The island nation is home to 167 active volcanoes, far more than any other country, and has some of the largest remaining tracts of tropical forest anywhere in the world. Indonesia is both a leisure seeker's dream and an adventurer's playground. Whether you're looking to bronze on beautiful beaches, hike in search of endangered orangutan, or snorkel amongst some of the most beautiful coral reefs on Earth, Indonesia has something for everyone. Explore the last Indonesian cities still ruled by an ancient monarchy, follow in the literal footsteps of rare Komodo dragons, and soak in steamy hot springs surrounded by nothing but wild, raw jungle. Feeling for magic hidden in the everyday, you've found it. Here's a look at the best places to visit in Indonesia. Now, at this point, we will know all about 10 top most beautiful places to visit in Indonesia. Here is the top 10 places. Number 1, Raja Ampat Islands. The Raja Ampat Islands, an island cluster on the northwestern tip of Papua New Guinea, Raja Ampat is one of the most sensational diving destinations in Indonesia. Raja Ampat, which means 4 kings, is made up of 4 major jungle-clad islands surrounded by turquoise lagoons and pearly white, palm-fringed beaches, Wageo, Salawati, Musul, and Batanta, along with hundreds and thousands of smaller islands. The archipelago is celebrated for its rich marine life and underwater coral species, was best known more than 99% of all known coral species. With everything from underwater photography to wreck diving, it's so beautiful you should definitely invest in an underwater camera. But the fun isn't limited to offshore. The islands are also a fantastic bird watching destination. Pack your binoculars and keep your eyes peeled for eagles swooping overhead and birds of paradise such as the Wilsons and Cendrawasih chirping in the treetops while you trek to waterfalls and mysterious age-old caves. Number 2, Tanjung Puting National Park. The Tanjung Puting National Park. Tanjung Puting National Park is one of the world's natural wonders, celebrated for its endangered orangutans, some of the last of these orange, long-haired primates on Earth. Located in the jungles of Borneo, the 3rd largest island in the world that's part of Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Sultanate of Brunei. The park is home to a variety of wild lowland habitats on a peninsula overlooking the Java Sea. Habitats range from swamp forests to alluvial plains and ocean coastline that provides a home to a diverse array of wildlife. so diverse that it was declared a game reserve before being deemed a national park in 1982. Number 3, Flores Island. The Flores Island of Flores means flowers in Portuguese, a name that hails from the European missionaries who arrived in the 16th century, and their assignment was to describe the habitats based on the flowers. Lying to the east of Sumbawa and to the west of Lembata in Nusa Tenggara, the Long Island of Flores, is famous for its amazing multicolored crater lakes around Mount Kelimutu, traditional village homestays, and endless opportunities for adventure tourism. The lakes are truly a sight to behold in every colour you can think of, from browns and greens to aqua blue, colours caused by the minerals reacting to the gas of the region's volcanoes. The Kelimutu three-coloured lake is a must-see from the top of the volcano at sunrise. Since its foundation, number 5, Torajaland. The Torajaland, nicknamed the Land of the Heavenly Kings. Torajaland, Tanah, Toraja, is tucked within the lush central highlands of Indonesia's southern Sulawesi, a region that's dotted with rice fields, limestone peaks, and bamboo-clad hills. Home to the Toraja, a Christian and animist people, Tanah Toraja has a fascinating culture that's remained largely and surprisingly independent from Western influence. Torajans are famous for their massive peaked roof houses, known as tongkonan, and spectacular but gruesome funeral rites. After a person's death, the body is kept often for several years until the actual funeral ceremony, which can last for several days. The deceased is then finally buried in a small cave or in a hollow tree. The biggest funerals are usually held in the dry season months of July and August, but there are funerals year-round. Number 6, Bukit Lawang. The Bukit Lawang. Bukit Lawang is a small village situated at the eastern side of Gunung Leuser National Park, about 90 kilometres northwest of Medan, the capital city of North Sumatra. A rehabilitation centre for orangutans was founded here in 1973. The main purpose is to preserve the decreasing number of orangutan population due to hunting and deforestation. The ecotourism here provides jobs and an income for local families living in the village, and is a worthy charity to support, if not for the animals alone. The chance to see orangutans in the wild is the major draw card, but the village is also a worthy stop. It's built in a sustainable way that takes the surrounding environment into consideration. So, number 7, Bromo Tengah Semeru National Park. The Bromo Tengah Semeru National Park, tucked within East Java, Bromo Tengah Semeru National Park is an ethereal yet barren wonderland of volcanic calderas, seemingly continuously surrounded by smoke and clouds. The park gets its name from the merging of the Hindu Tengah people and the two mountains found in the park, Mount Bromo and Mount Semeru. The latter is the highest mountain in the Java region and one of the most active volcanoes in Indonesia. The draw here is less about wildlife and more about the scenery, yet there are still some interesting animals to be seen, such as Java rooster deer, marbled cats, wild pigs, and the occasional leopard. The best part about a visit to this park is the chance to climb a volcano at sunrise for some of the most exceptional views across this otherworldly landscape. Number 8, Lombok, the Lombok Islands. Increasingly popular alternative to overly commercial Bali, Lombok and its offshore coral-ringed Gili Islands are tropical paradises. Here you can enjoy all the appeal of Bali before tourism took over: surfing hotspots, uncrowded beaches, and magical waterfalls tucked within steamy jungles, of which Tiukalip Waterfall tops the list without question. Backpackers head to Lombok in search of adventure. This is likely because its volcano-topped jungle provides for a great trek surrounded by unforgettable scenery. If you're planning on hiking the Gunung Rinjani volcano and its photogenic crater lake, make sure you're fit and have booked with a reputable guide. It's by no means a walk in the park. Thanks for watching this video. Now please don't forget, share, like, and subscribe to our channel Paradise Explorer for more entertainment about traveling guide.